So Anthony Joshua did it. A 7th round KO to bring his record to 22-0. But it wasn't all plain sailing. But the world champion marches on, and we think it might be Wilder next potentially. If not, maybe Dillian Whyte. Welcome to the Sanderson Show as I look back on the fight between AJ and Alexander Povetkin. So, an eventful night of boxing. Once again, Anthony Joshua fills out Wembley Stadium and he brings action to the forefront and boxing to the forefront of British sports and worldwide sports, really. I mean, because of him and a few others as well, British boxing is now the head of boxing in the world. But this wasn't a plain sailing fight for AJ. I actually thought it'd be quite easy for him. I thought he'd keep him at bay with his jab and he'd pick him off with some right hands and he'd get a stoppage in the 6th. I actually predicted the 6th round. So, I mean, I was only a round off, but it wasn't a systematic breakdown of Alexander Povetkin. In fact, in the first round, it seemed as though Povetkin actually broke AJ's nose. And if I want to be honest, I'm a massive AJ fan, but I wasn't too impressed with this performance. And it started to put a few doubts in my mind as to whether he's ready for Deontay Wilder or not. He adapted this approach whereby he was doing almost a Floyd Mayweather shoulder roll, and for me it doesn't suit him, because if you're going to do that you have to have exceptional head movement, and that is one thing AJ doesn't have. He has okay head movement, but to do the shoulder roll to its best and its maximum potential, you've got to have good head movement. And for him doing that, he ended up becoming square on to Povetkin. He was getting caught with the hooks. He was getting caught with straights, and it's not like him to get caught loads in a fight. I mean, the Klitschko fight, he got caught a few times, but apart from that, and he doesn't really get hit a lot. So it was weird seeing this, and he just didn't really stamp his authority on the fight until maybe the 5th or 6th round. Then he started to come into his own and obviously got the knockout. But I was watching the fight and I was thinking, if he fights like this against Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury, or dare I say even Dillian Whyte, for me he gets stopped. And he's got a lot to lose. He's got more than any other boxer to lose in the heavyweight division. He's the holder of 4 titles. The only other title that's out there is the WBC, which is going to be contested between Wilder and Fury. So he is the cash cow. He's the golden goose. Call it what you will. He is the man in the heavyweight division. So he's got loads to lose. He knows about the pressure he has on himself as well. You spoke about that in the interview after the fight. But I just was a bit concerned about his fighting technique against Povetkin. Povetkin's the much shorter man, and AJ adapted the style where he started jabbing to the body a lot. And I didn't think that approach was necessarily spot on, because your jabbing to the body always leaves you susceptible. But when you're jabbing to the body of someone much shorter than you, you're almost coming down to their level where they're used to fighting and you're not used to fighting. But he did what he had to do. He got the victory. And it's up and forward for AJ. I just hope to see him in the next fight against Wilder or Fury, whoever wins that fight. As much as I'm a fan of Dillian Whyte, we've seen that fight. Yes, it needs to happen again because they both matured as men and as boxers. But right now, the fight I want to see is the winner of Wilder and Fury versus AJ in April. That's the heavyweight fight everyone wants to see. Let's make it happen, people. It's got to happen. I mean, this weekend we have another big fight. We've got Callum Smith against George Groves for the final of the Super 6. It's going to be a good fight. I've got George Groves winning it. I think he's going to be slightly more experienced. Although Callum Smith, I think, carries the power to be able to stop George Groves. But it'll be a good, interesting contest, and may the best man win. So, guys, let me know what you thought about the AJ fight. Do you think he needs to go up a couple of levels if he's going to beat Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury? Do you think it was maybe a little bit of an off night, or Povetkin just stepped up his level so much that it might have overshadowed AJ's performance and Povetkin was just at his absolute best? Guys, he got the job done. Am I being too harsh? Am I not? Leave your comments below. And thanks for watching The Sanderson Show.